I decided to start the program because I think I was at a spot in my life where I was kind of stuck. I'm a fairly healthy eater, but I was at a point where I had gained weight and I had this little pot belly here, and I just couldn't get rid of it. And I exercised a couple of days a week with a trainer, and things just weren't changing. Also, my rosacea was flaring up, and I said, there's something, and a number of people have told me it might be something within your body, not just something wrong with your skin. So when you came in, you did a presentation here for our office. You said a number of things that really clicked with me, and one of the things you said is that we're all individuals, and you can't say that this is being a vegetarian is going to work for you, or eating paleo is going to work for you. You emphatically said that everybody is different. You had to figure that out. And I think, so I wanted to make myself healthy, but in addition to that, I wanted to also be a role model for my kids. I have two older children, 21 and 19, and they both have issues with gluten, and I wanted to be a role model for them, that if you eat healthy, you're going to feel better. If you take this stuff out of your diet, you're not going to break out. And so I really wanted to nail that for them. I feel like that's part of my role as a mom, is to do that. So those were the two big reasons why I signed up. The results have been great. So far I've lost about 11 pounds, and I did my measurements again, and my stomach is down like I think at least 2 or 3 inches.
Wow.
And I'm down to pant size.
Wow.
So, and that's been, I think, just 3 months. That's how long we've been meeting. And then my rosacea is getting better. One of the big things I learned from you is to listen to my body, and through journaling, I'm learning that what triggers my rosacea, and finally figured out, as much as I didn't want to admit it, it's chocolate. so I'm not having it. Well, the good thing is I don't crave it anymore.
Yeah.
There was a time when at the 3 o'clock, I need my little chocolate, even though it was a healthy chocolate bar, dark chocolate and all that, it was still triggering. And I finally realize that this is what it is, and it's out for good. And not to say that, once a year I might have something chocolate and then just live with the results, but but for the most part I know I can't have chocolate. And sleep was the other big thing. I wake up every night, and I would get up a number of times during the night, and I think some of the suggestions that you made to me about getting a better night's sleep were great. One of the things you said is the brain dump. That has been great. Every night I write down all the things that used to wake me up in the middle of the night, and I say, oh, I can't forget that, I can't forget that. And just a couple of other things that we had talked about have been working for me. And I think that's going to be a work in process, but right now it's much better than it ever has been. And let's see what else. Energy, I have better energy. I don't get that 3 o'clock, I'm exhausted feeling anymore. I definitely have more energy than I did before the whole program. I love having a coach because it kind of teaches me each week in little bites what I need to do. Not this whole change what you're eating in one big fell swoop. It's little bits and pieces. And not just about eating, it's all the knowledge that you bring to the table about stress, about Lyme disease. You gave me a great website for Lyme disease, which another thing I have to work on. Anxiety, my kids, even the stress I have about the kids. You gave me a great website. You should try it. Check this author out. All those things were great. You have incredible knowledge. What you've learned from all your research and all your certifications, you bring to the table. I don't have to go out and learn all that. You bring it to the table. And it's in doable pieces. And each week when I meet with you, I usually have a list of questions, or at least a few questions that we go over, and I learn something new. Every time I meet you, I learn something new. I would just say, I wished I had done something like this years ago. I know life gets busy, especially when you have younger kids, but I really wished I had known this information when my kids were younger, when I could have taught them these things when they would accept them more readily. I mean, they're accepting them little bits now, but if they were like younger, 5, 6, 7, or even in their teens, I think it would have sunk in a little bit easier. And for myself too, I probably would have been in much better shape than I feel great now, but I could have felt that good, years ago. So I wished I had. I would say don't hesitate if you can. You have to. It gives you a chance to kind of work on you. Because if you're not in good shape, your kids, you can't give yourself to anybody else. So you have to do that for yourself. And you figure out, I think that you figure out how to make it work, how to, everybody's harried, everybody's got a lot of ways to go, but this is critical. I think this will help you deal with all that stress in your life and all that busyness if you can take care of your body. So I would say don't hesitate. It's critical that you take care of yourself, and so that you can do all the things you have to do. So sign up.